Okay, all right. So, welcome to the very first lesson in a course, right? And the very first thing is, what is freelancing, right? And this course will cover what freelancing is, categories of opportunities in freelancing, and other key areas and things that you need to know about freelancing. So, we'll explore how you can earn money online, also how you can work with clients globally, and how you yourself, how you kickstart your freelancing journey, right? Your own self. So I personally, for example, I started freelancing about 2 to 3 years ago, and it's an exciting journey. But let's learn about freelancing. I want to teach you. I want you to understand the key concept of freelancing. So let's start. So what is freelancing? That's the first thing. What is freelancing? So freelancing is when you offer a service and get paid for it. The concept of freelancing is very simple. It simply involves you providing a service, but in this case, you are providing that service virtually. When I say virtually simply means I'm somewhere and I can work for someone that is literally anywhere in the world because of the development of internet, the digital world, social media, and all that. That's the concept of freelancing. So I offer a service for someone and I get paid for it. This service I'm offering is not physically, it's not manual labor, it's virtually, it's online, it's with the use of gadgets. Okay. So I work for someone providing a service without being tied to one employer. Now, if you look at our typical environment, someone that does like a self-employed job or working for somebody else is doing just one thing, right? But on the case of but unlike the case of a freelancer, so if somebody is teaching, for example, the person has to go to the school every day, to the same school for one single boss. But a freelancer can work with different people at the same time or at different time, providing a certain suite of services. Okay. So a freelancer is not tied to one employer. As a freelancer, you work with clients on a project by project basis. So something needs to be done. For example, a design, a website to be created, um, anything that can be done virtually. We'll still cover those services very soon. But anything that can be done virtually, right, and remotely, not physically, not necessarily with the person I'm working with. So remotely means I can be in I can be in a country and I'm working for somebody in another country, right? Providing a service virtually, and you get to determine what services you offer, when to work, and who you want to work with. Right now, freelancing is like running a normal business. Okay, it's like running a business. Understand? Freelancing is like running your own small business, but instead of selling products, you are selling your abilities. Yes, you are selling services. You are selling what you can do. So you know how to design, for example, Canva, Photoshop, CorelDRAW. You are selling that service to somebody else virtually who is not necessarily present with you. That's it. Yeah, that you're selling that kind of service. Apart from design, it can be copywriting, it can be social media management, it can be coding or whatever, right? I'm sure you're familiar with such, but that's the concept of freelancing. Next, now why does freelancing matter? I think that's also very important. Why should you consider learning freelancing? Why does freelancing matter? Okay, so number one, the thing about freelancing is it helps you earn money, build skill, and gain reward experience. So if you look at the world now, we all can agree, you definitely know the world is going digital. There are a lot of things being done on the internet, right? And there are a lot of businesses on the internet, a lot of business owners on the internet, a lot of entrepreneurs on the internet. Now, these people that are on the internet, right, including you even as a freelancer, these people need someone to assist them. So, for example, you go to Instagram, you see someone that is displaying his work that used to help people to do what is maybe he said, oh, I used to help people to design a flyer or to build a website or to do something. That's like a freelancer because he can be at the comfort of his room, provide that service to anywhere in the world, and it all makes sense because it's helping the person that is providing the service to, is helping the person to save time and then to save it's providing value. So it's providing value in terms of okay, I'm designing this flyer for you. That's value being delivered. It's helping them to save time. Imagine if the person has to go and learn Photoshop on his own. right? Also, as a freelancer, it allows you to gain real world experience. You have a skill that can allow you to stand out. You have a skill that can allow you to be recognized. You have a skill that can allow you to make money every month based on your performance, based on the service you're providing. There's really no limitation, right? The only limitation is just that it's just you. I mean, you work solo. That's the only limitation. But there's no limitation to the skill you can learn, to people you can work with, to the value you can provide. Okay. It's also low risk. It's low risk, high reward, and it's a way to test your talent, explore different career paths, and prepare for the digital economy. Now, that's even very, very important because a lot of things are going viral now, from digital to social media to AI, and one way you can plug yourself into it is to provide value, is to be a freelancer, right? So that's one way. Also, it matters because it allows for freedom, for flexibility, and future opportunities. All right. The next aspect, how does freelancing work? So we have already said freelancing simply means providing a service virtually, not necessarily present with the person you're providing the service to. And a freelancer is someone that freelance, right? For example, I'm a freelancer, for example. I have some set of skill. I'll see share them very soon. And I'm able to work with people from different parts of the world that need my service by simply connecting with them, providing the service, and I'm paid for it. And it just makes sense. Okay. So how does freelancing work? Number one, a client needs a service, then they find you online or they post the job somewhere, right? Now, why do they need to find you online? Once again, because it is virtual, right? The only way you can connect with somebody, for example, in the US or in UK that needs your service is through the internet. That's why online is very important. It can be through social media, it can be through freelancing platforms, but it needs to be online, right? Now, they post a job, you find it online or they find you online and you agree to what they need done. So for example, a business owner need an help with designing something, or a business owner need help with copywriting, or needs help with developing a website or designing a website or completing some tasks. It can be sorting out a Google sheet or whatever. They need help with something, and then you agree to what they need help with and the price you deliver for it, and then they pay you for that. So it makes sense because they need something, you're able to provide it, and they pay you for your service. That's it. And then you agree with them in terms of, okay, this is what I'll need from you, this is the timeline it will take. Okay, so that's how freelancing work. That's simply how freelancing work. Now, the the agreement, communication, and the delivery and payment, everything can happen on Fiverr. Fiverr is a popular freelancing platform. Upwork, we'll still learn about this later on. But Fiverr is a very popular freelancing platform. Upwork is another one. Or it can even happen through social media. It can be on Facebook, right? You connect with someone that potentially needs your service. Now, understand, freelancing is not the same as scamming people or um, stealing someone else's money. No, right? In this case, you are providing a service up front. Okay, you are recognized for what you do. You provide a service and they pay you. That's freelancing. It's not scamming anyone. Do you understand? So it can be through Fiverr or Upwork, and it can even be through social media or referrals. Someone can refer you to somebody else that needs your service, right? When you even talk about freelancing, it can be even maybe I'm in Lagos, somebody in Abuja within the same country needs my help with something, and I provide the service. It can also be like that. That's freelancing because I'm providing the service from that distance apart, not physically present with the person. I'm delivering and doing everything online. Yes. Okay. So that's how freelancing work. Someone needs a service, someone has the skill to provide a service, and then they post the job. We agree on the tax and price, and then we get it done. You get it done for them, and that is it. Now, popular freelancing platforms. What are some of the popular freelancing platforms? Some popular freelancing platforms include, so freelancing platform simply means where jobs actually happen, where people can find jobs, where a buyer and a seller of a service can connect. So a buyer of a service is someone that needs something. So a business owner, for example, that needs a website or that needs an e-flyer, an electronic flyer, or a business owner that needs um, social media that needs help with social media, or a business owner that needs, let's see, it can be a different range of services, right? That's one. And then you, as the talent or as the freelancer that can provide that service, that's two. Okay, so two different things. Someone needs something, someone has the value to provide it. So how can they connect? How can they come together? There are various ones. Fiverr. Now, Fiverr is, like I said, is very, very popular. You might have heard of it. And we also have Upwork. We also have freelancer.com. Freelancer is on its own, is a site for freelancing services. We also have another one called TopTal. TopTal. Then we have social media platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram for networking and for outreach. Okay. All these ones are also popular social media platforms. Now, in the next area, we can consider freelancing categories, right? So what this simply means is, as a freelancer, you have the opportunity to learn a lot of skills, lot of services. There's a wide range of skill and services that you can learn and provide, right? But you can't do everything. Like you can't learn everything. Like personally, myself, the major skill I was taught, the first skill I learned was actually graphic design. I was introduced to Photoshop, right? And then when I joined the business, I learned about email marketing. I learned about email marketing. From email marketing, I learned about CRM development. I learned about social media marketing. Then I learned about website design. Now, at the moment, the skill I'm majorly good at is like email marketing, CRM development, and website design, right? Those are like the skill I'm good at. So, what I'm trying to say is that you may not necessarily know all the skill, right? Because it's a wide range. In fact, way more than the ones you can see on the screen. But these are some of the major ones. Design, for example, logo design, Canva graphics. It can be brochure design. It can be flyer design or whatever, or brand identity design. Okay, it can also include writing, copywriting, writing of blogs. It can be tech, like those that know how to write code, like HTML, CSS. You can write code. You can build a website with code. You know, it can be marketing like email marketing, SEO, social media marketing, running of ads. It can be video editing, right? If you look at all these skills, it can even be admin. Like some people or some businesses need someone that can help them to manage their software or manage their business virtually, right? So I can be in Nigeria here and I'm a virtual assistant to somebody in the US or in the UK or in Germany or anywhere in the world. This virtual assistant service I'm providing can be data entry or something else, right? But that's the different areas of services or skills that can be explored and learned. Okay. And then we can also consider beginner friendly freelancing skills to start with. For example, email marketing. I mean, that's the one I was taught first. Content marketing, social media platforms, website design, and landing page design, various ones. Okay. In the next batch of our lesson, we'll go into the last lap of this freelancing 101 lessons. And if you have questions, there'll be a place for you to ask your questions. Yes.